So look, it was exactly 12 months ago that I joined Andrew Tate's Hustlers University 2, now known as The Real World. Now when I joined, I had literally no idea what I was doing, had zero skills, and I had never made a dime online before. Fast forward to today, and I'm currently bringing in about $20,000 a month with my copywriting services. So in this video, I'm gonna not only take you through exactly what I did, but also give you an honest review of Andrew Tate's The Real World, or Hustlers University 2, basically his copywriting course. And look, I feel like this is certainly worth mentioning, but I am a big Andrew Tate fan, and I have no hatred against him. But don't think just because I like Andrew Tate that I'm gonna have any bias in this actual video, because when it comes to his copywriting course and The Real World, we're gonna look at the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I'm gonna give you guys my objective opinion on whether or not you should invest in Hustlers University 2 / The Real World. So first of all, I wanted to mention some of the good parts of The Real World. Now, one of the good parts is that there is a community. And the thing is that when I first joined Hustlers University 2, there was like over 100,000 people in there. It was super active. Everybody in there was really motivated, and there was lots of engagement, right? So like as soon as you made a post or as soon as you said something, there'd be a whole bunch of other people replying to you and helping you out. And there was also a bunch of copy to review. And whenever you submitted your copy for review, it would get a bunch of critique. Now, having a community in and of itself is honestly a very good thing to have on your journey, because when you're on your journey to, making money online, especially with copywriting, it's going to be long and hard. But having a community of people who are on the same path as you and a bunch of like-minded individuals to actually work with makes the journey much easier, and you guys can also help each other out. And of course, iron sharpens iron, so it's going to help everybody really get on their A game. Another good thing about The Real World is that it's good for learning the absolute basics, right? So for example, when I joined, I had no idea what copywriting even was, but I learned pretty quickly because of the community and because of the lessons that were inside. Whereas if you were to just try to learn on YouTube, for example, you'd have to watch a whole bunch of videos from a whole bunch of different creators. You don't know who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't. Whereas when it comes to Hustlers University 2 / The Real World, you could just get all of your information out of one place, and then you guys can all kind of bounce ideas off each other when you're learning the exact same material. And that's one good part about the course. Now, the next good part about the course is that it is relatively cheap. It's only $50 a month, right? Which pretty much everybody can afford. Now, there are lots of other copywriting courses and things out there, but none of them are quite as cheap as this one, which does make it affordable and accessible to anybody who's on a tight budget and wants to actually start making money online and stop being a brokey. Okay, so now that we know some of the good things about Hustlers University, let's hear the bad and the ugly. So the first criticism I have is that it's only really noobs helping out noobs. Now, pretty much 90% of the people in the community are only 2 to 3 months into copywriting. Why is that? Well, because usually after 2 to 3 months, people stop paying their subscription and they move on from HU2 / The Real World. So while it's good to actually get your feet wet and learn about what copywriting is, the thing is that you're not actually going to be able to learn how to write really good copy that clients are going to want to pay you $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 every single month for. And I noticed this when I started to submit my copy for review, and the comments on it were either just like weird. There were people who clearly didn't know what they were talking about, or I would submit my copy and people wouldn't even critique it. They'd be like, wow, man, this is really good. I can't wait till I can write copy like this, right? And everybody else was only in there for the first couple of months. So I didn't really get much value out of it after around 2 to 3 months of joining. Now, the next main criticism is that there are absolutely no good outreach teachings in there. And the reason why is because the actual professor is not a freelance copywriter. He's basically a corporate copywriter. He copywrites for a company. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. And while he can actually certainly teach you how to write copy, he's not going to be able to sufficiently teach you how to do outreach because he's never done it before. And you can certainly tell that he's never done it before because of the outreach that they actually show you how to do in there. Now, they do teach you outreach, but the problem is that it's very ineffective, which is exactly why almost nobody actually earns money in the course. Now, the third main criticism is that while I started out and it was pretty good, right? It had those good things, it's gotten considerably worse over time. right? So when they started out, they were on Discord, which was cool. And now they have their own version of Discord, but the biggest difference is that you're not actually able to direct message anyone. Presumably they did that because they didn't really want people discussing things one-on-one or people being spammed to or marketed to or anything like that. But it also kind of kills the server because sometimes you want to ask people questions directly one-on-one and have a conversation, where it's like you can't really do that in the group chat. So that kind of actually hurts the whole engagement aspect of the server. Now, the next criticism is that you will literally get insta-banned for any and all reasons. Okay, so you're not even allowed to like link your Instagram or tell people, yeah, you can find me here or whatever, or talk about anything else than copywriting in that specific server. And if you violate these rules at all, you will be instantly banned. Not only will you be banned for breaking these rules, but you can actually follow these rules and still get banned. So I'll explain it to you like this, right? After about 3 to 4 months of being into Hustlers University 2, what I did is I actually made some resources for the people inside about how to do proper outreach. Now, the people inside the course actually took notice that I was giving back to the community, and they asked me to be an apprentice, aka basically somebody who works for Andrew Tate and actually teaches copywriting in his course. And while it was cool and stuff to get the offer as an apprentice, I actually respectfully declined because I didn't really agree with the way that they did things, and I didn't really want them making money off of my outreach teachings. But now, just this very month, they actually insta-banned me for literally no reason. They never told me why. They never gave me a warning. I never linked to my YouTube. I never did any of that. I just got permanently banned just out of the blue. Now, my best guess is that, when I actually go into the forums and chat, other people recognize me from YouTube and they're like, yo, that's Tyson 4D. He has a YouTube channel, blah, 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 blah. And they clearly didn't really like that. So they just banned me because of what other people were saying, which is unfortunate. But, it is what it is. Now, the last big criticism that I have of the course is that now the community is literally dead, right? So their numbers are dwindling. There's a lot less people actually getting into the course. And because of the changes that they've made, the course is a lot lower quality than it used to be, which caused a whole bunch of people to leave. And now people don't really discuss much in the chats. And that actually leads to more people being dissatisfied with the course and either not getting in or leaving. So when it comes to my personal experience, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Hustlers University 2 / the real world. The thing is that it did get me my start in copywriting and kind of get my toes wet, but the problem is that it didn't really teach me much after 2 to 3 months. And although back then they actually asked me to join them, now they pretty much banned me for no reason, which I thought was not that cool. The other thing that I didn't really like about it is that I joined them for a whole year, meaning that I spent a total of $600 on this course over the span of that year. And then at the end, I got kicked out and didn't get to keep anything. So I have spent $600, but I have pretty much nothing to show for it. So then that leads me to my next topic. Do I recommend HU2? Well, yes and no, and I kind of have to explain to you why. Now, although there are good parts of HU2, the biggest thing is that all the parts of HU2 that I considered to be good were better somewhere else. There are much, much better alternatives out there that are actually free. So for example, yeah, the price is cheap, but you can actually get the same things for free somewhere else. So the community, for example, now the community in there is pretty much dead. So you can either pay $50 a month for a dead community, or you can join a free copywriting Discord community. I even run one, and you can join it if you'd like. The link is down in the description. And the same goes for the fact that they teach copywriting. Look, they only really teach the bare basics. And if you want to learn the bare basics, there are much better places you can actually learn it for free. For example, I have a whole video on my channel, which is a free copywriting course where you can go and actually learn how to write copy if you're a complete beginner and don't know how to do it yet, and you just want to get started. And although they do teach you how to do outreach, they really don't teach you how to do good outreach. So while they actually teach you subpar outreach and charge you $50 a month, you can go to all the videos on my channel, which I'll actually put on screen right now, where you can actually learn really good outreach methods for free that people have gotten a lot of clients from. So I mean, the choice is really yours. You can join HU2 and spend like over $600 over the course of a year, just like I did, just to get kicked out, or you can take advantage of all of these free resources that are available to you and learn copywriting that way. It's your choice.